What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, I have Zionic with me, a Pokemon Go PvP YouTuber, one of my top favorites. Don't let him know that, though. But anyways, all jokes aside, we're going to be talking about the server maintenance that is occurring with Pokemon Go for the first time in Niantic history for this game. We have a 7-hour period where Pokemon Go will not be playable, assuming it actually stays on schedule. It could end up extending past those 7 hours. So what exactly should Niantic focus on when we are talking about this game going down? Today, I'm going to be focusing on the raid side. We also have Zionic that will be focusing on the PvP side. We have a lot of great discussions that I think you are really going to enjoy. And if you do enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and also make sure to show Zionic some support. We'll put a link to his channel in the description. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So we're going to start things off from the raid side. So we've got Reshiram pulled up on the screen, but that's really just a representation of the true kind of like problem that we have going on. And I've really got two features that I would love to see Niantic add during this downtime that they have actually promised to go ahead and add, which is kind of an interesting thing. Of course, Zionic has a wish list. I have a wish list. You probably have a wish list, but the things that we're going to be addressing right now are actually things that Niantic has said they are going to do. Number one is being able to get your pass back if no one shows up to a raid. I can't tell you how many times I've looked at a raid and seen a 0 on that particular raid boss, and because people can't get the raid pass back, they're just simply not going to put their pass in. And when it costs money to do a remote raid battle, you're not going to put in $1 just for the chance that someone might show up. I think that that's something that needs to come sooner rather than later. Hopefully during this downtime, that is something that they'll add. And then secondly, it stems to the invite system. That was something that Zionic and I have actually talked a lot about. How much fun would it be if we could get on, do a stream, invite a bunch of people, a bunch of YouTubers, a bunch of fans, everyone just joining on, getting out there doing some raids. It would be a ton of fun, but that feature has not been introduced yet. We don't even have a date of when it's supposed to happen, but I would suspect and hope that during that downtime, since that is going to be a new feature that we haven't seen before, that hopefully Niantic is going to take advantage of that downtime and potentially add something like that. What do you think about that? Do you think that you would enjoy having some people remote raid?
Oh, absolutely. I think that the 7-hour downtime on June 1st, I think is going to be a tell for what they're actually going to do for the community, because I want to see a few things. Like you said, I want to see the friend invite on raids. I want to see the PvP servers be massively upgraded because it's laughable right now at times. But in terms of the raids, I could just see Twitch being a fun space, live streams being a fun space where you can go watch your favorite content creator, whoever that is, and they add you guys because you can add each other instantly. And then just like battles, if you send one gift, you can invite them to a raid. And then it's just going to be this raid train that's going to be happening all day long. Everyone's going to get those shinies, going to get those hundos. And I think it's going to be a great overall experience for everyone who's participating from home, because you can't enjoy that experience in person anymore in most of the communities around the world.
For sure, yeah. I'm so excited to get that exciting moment back in Pokemon Go. And I think being able to invite friends and doing remote raiding where people don't even have to be in the area, but they can still come in and raid if you invite them, that could be very exciting to see that type of update. A lot of people could potentially come back to Pokemon Go because they wanted to do raids this whole time. They just couldn't because they're limited in the number of people in their smaller community, and they can't go out there and do legendaries, which is the thing that they would absolutely love to do. So yeah, we're definitely on the same page here for sure. So what we're going to do now is kind of shift into a little bit of a speculative piece, and then we're going to talk more about PvP. So maybe you ended up hearing the news about some new AR related features being added into Pokemon Go coming very soon, and Niantic is very proud of this. I want to go ahead and showcase this. Look at that Bulbasaur. That Bulbasaur is just disappearing. Can you see that? Ladies and gentlemen, that is state of the art, and that is what everyone in Pokemon Go wants. That's what Niantic thinks. I don't know. This is like the third or fourth virtual or AR related feature that we've had added, And I cannot tell you how many AR related features I have just turned off because it takes so much longer and I just don't care. Like, I'm catching all of my Pokemon in virtual reality versus augmented reality like this, for example. But a lot of people speculate it could be related to this, updating the servers to be able to handle this type of feature. Niantic is pushing it, so we'll end up seeing. I'm crossing my fingers that this is not going to be the case, but definitely let us know in the comment section below what you think about this new AR feature, and do you plan on using it? I would be very interested to see what those results are. So now that we have talked about that, we're actually going to hand this over to Zionic, and Zionic is going to discuss something very important that has some long-term ramifications when you talk about the Elite TM system in PvP.
Yeah, so Elite TMs, I think one are fantastic for getting Pokemon's moves that you didn't have access to before. Like the first one I used it on was Blaziken. Stone Edge I think is fantastic. Right now in the given meta it's not that great, but in Silpharina tournaments it really has its niche. But I think what we're starting to see is a transition from let's getting old legacies to let's release a new Pokemon with a new move during this event, and the prime example is going to be Groudon. As you guys saw during this recent event this last month, you guys could get Groudon with Fire Punch, Cresselia with Grass Knot, and that is meta changing. Groudon now with Fire Punch is now going to be top tier meta in the Master League. Before we saw Dialga, Giratina Origin, Melmetal, Metagross. They were meta monsters. Groudon mixes that up because a Pokemon who has hard hitting charge moves like Earthquake, Fire Blast, Solar Beam with a fast energy gain move of Mudshot needs the capability of shield baiting, which Fire Punch provides. On top of that, it provides coverage to the steals, which are going to be on everyone's team because they counter those dragons and they can do well against other matchups. So what we saw is we saw Groudon release, right, with Fire Punch. But after that, the only way to get it is going to be with an Elite Charge team. So if you're playing by yourself at home, you have a Fire Punch Groudon, but it's a not 100% IV, and you don't want to invest in that, you're going to have to use an Elite Charge TM on a Groudon that you have. Maybe you have 100 IV already powered up in order to make Groudon now meta relevant. So what concerns me, what's great is that we have Elite TMs to be able to do this, but what concerns me is down the line, the pacing of seasons, the free reward, right? If you get to rank 7 for Season 2, you get an Elite Fast TM. For Season 1, it was an Elite Charge TM. But now seasons are starting to become 2 to 3 months long, which means if we take a look at that pace, you're going to get 4 or 5 Elite Charge TMs throughout the whole year. And I think there's going to become more meta-relevant Pokemon in each league than there are TMs that are going to be free, which means it's going to start potentially becoming a pay-to-win. So Groudon with Fire Punch is going to be solid. Now, you don't have to run Groudon, but it's gonna, I'm thinking they're gonna start bringing new moves out, right? We haven't seen Aerial Blast on Lugia yet, but I can guarantee you we're gonna see some kind of event where you're gonna be able to obtain it once, and it may be a raid hour, which would be great. I would love that. Or it may just be a research task like we've seen, and then they're going to hide it behind a paywall of Elite TMs, or you can get it for free, but then again, you can't keep up that pace. There's more Pokemon you can invest in with those TMs. They're going to be meta-relevant than what you can use, basically. So that's what's going to scare me is in like a year, 2 years, if they keep this pace with bringing out new moves, that we can't keep up with that on a free basis, and then it's going to start becoming pay-to-win.
Yeah, something kind of interesting that you touched on, and it's something that I kind of brought up as a criticism to Niantic, and that was raid locking, or more importantly, level locking legendary Pokemon. And so, for example, now that we're seeing these Pokemon with these special moves that are meta changing, they're coming into special research at level 15 versus the raid system, but the raid system isn't even that great. It's only great in comparison. We're talking about a level 20 and then a level 25 only if it's weather boosted. And so that's going to be a massive investment no matter what. So the fact that they're being put into these special research, and special research is level 15, basically means you're not going to power up that Pokemon. You might, however, trade with someone. If you're doing a lucky trade, that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that this is a huge issue, and we're also assuming that the TM rate is going to remain the same. Hopefully there's going to be more opportunities to be able to get these TMs, and it isn't in a $13 community day box.
Yeah, I'm hoping if they increase the rate of the, meta relevant, that they increase the rate of TMs that you can get, because we still have what, like 48 days or something left in season 2 before we get an elite fast TM, and people are already regretting spending their elite fast TM on a certain Pokemon after seeing how amazing Zapdos has been performing the last couple days. And now they have to wait. They can't go, you know what, I can go into the store and pay $4 for it because it costs, maybe 400 coins for an elite TM. I can just go buy that. You have to wait, and you have to wait for the next opportunity. So I'm holding on to my TMs, if I'm being honest, because I think seeing Groudon, seeing Cresselia, I'm like, they're going to do other things that are going to be even more game changing. And I don't want to be like, well, I'm out of TMs. I got to wait for season 4 to finish, and that's not till November. So, yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the same page as you. We just thought it would be very important for both of us to get on camera and just kind of express this. Because from the creator side, it's important to not only express the needs of the fans and the wants of the fans and the concerns of the fans, but just to let you also know that they are also ours. We think about this too. We want this game to be great. So we are being critical of it because we just want to see it be successful. Anyways, make sure you check out Zionic's channel. If you have some thoughts on any of these topics, make sure to put them in the comment section below, and I will see you next time. If you want to develop a deeper connection, I would highly recommend you to check out Patreon. We've got a lot of really cool things going on over there. Check out all of these supporters that we have. We are almost up to 100. We are also posting some special content, some behind the scenes work. And if that is the type of thing that interests you, I would highly recommend you to check it out.